Welcome back to Yildiz Readings 5D. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax. All the information for bookings is at the end of this video. Aries, welcome back. We're here to do your update for your psychic energy as well as the oracle. Now, I'm going to give you some tips, and that's really to help you into 2022, really to know what to watch and how to deal with it. Now, number one, your cards at the moment are looking as though you do have some major decisions, and really moving into January all the way through to March can be a little bit tedious for all of us astrologically, which I do cover that on the website if you want it. But the one thing I'm seeing really psychically coming through for you is your self-esteem is picking up, and you're really looking at the bigger picture in life, both emotionally, physically, and financially. So what the give and take really is that you are going to be doing in 2022 is really going to shift. Now, I do feel for a lot of you, you're really looking at, how many chances you give people, what chances you're willing to take, how you're going to jump in. And I do feel for some of you, you can be looking at your contracts as well as your intimate connections. Now, I'm also sensing that there could be some unexpected changes really moving into the first week of January. And again, this could be an opportunity of a lifetime, even if it doesn't look like it just right away. Now, all problems have solutions, which here at Yildiz Readings 5D, we provide that for you. We're going to have a lot of base chakra as well. So if you do have a lot of lower back, it's really important to look after our nervous system moving into January, and really it's foundational. So you can directly look at the meditation of January being a foundational energy as well as a little bit of upheaval. Now, I do feel for a lot of you at the moment, it's like you're looking at opportunities. Some of you can be deeply reflective of opportunities gone. Some of you can be coming through the gate really feeling psychologically, look, is it the one that got away? Is it the situation that got away? 2021 was one of those years where we felt like a circus act. We were having to be so many different things to so many different situations. I feel at the moment where you stand, you're wanting to come into it more structured, more in a relevancy of balance and give and take. I also feel in a self-esteem energy, it can be really growing in 2022. And, a lot of you may feel, I talk about this with my clients as well, when we talk about the basis of self-esteem, our psychology, our emotions. Self-esteem, it's really in this transit at the moment, and psychically what I'm sensing is if we are going outside of ourselves and looking at it as a 3D situation, with Jupiter moving into Pisces, it's going to be a psychological thing. What is the basis of this? How do I directly feel about this connection? What happened? Where do I see myself going? So it's very internalized, even though it can initially come on the outside of us where it's happening externally. I do sense that you want to make a decision, and so if you are feeling almost like you're on the fence, you could feel this anxiousness at the same time as anticipation of wanting to jump in the deep end. Again, I'm seeing with the crystal that is coming through for you, improved physical strength and vitality, increased enhanced endurance and passion, activate productivity and self-motivation, increases enthusiasm and overall feeling of well-being. Again, ruby is something that you really can depend on. Noble energies would use ruby. Ruby also, with the color that is coming through, is to do with our direct foundation. It's lineage, it's tradition, it's something we directly can depend on. And again, it's very much our conditioning of what we're looking at. And if we are coming into 2022 really feeling like we have tunnel vision, we need to be a little bit more open-minded that things can come left and right, but also doors and opportunities can come at left and right. I feel it's going to be extremely busy, and it can be that things are popping off very quickly, but it's also, yet again, look at it as more a planning and implementing, a self-discovery and a meditation state moving through that process. I do feel a lot of you are going to have this discovery of this truth, and it's this inner truth in your life of what you want, where you're going, and you know, whether things are really matching for you in your vibration. I think there is, again, with this being in the past, you are reflecting upon your future and how some of those things can still sit in 2022. And I also feel from an alchemy point of view, you know, alchemy always does come from the heart. So you're really going inside your heart, and, you know, you might have psychologically gone through quite a bit in from 2020 all the way through to this point. What I'm seeing for you, both romantically, physically, psychologically, is really that you know, you're digging into your heart of where your passions lie. You're digging into it, and you're foreseeing and almost fearing that something bad's going to come. But you want to really come through that gate very successfully. You're wanting to have that breakthrough and get your power back. And again, with that second house placement, I'm seeing very much from an emotional point of view, you're looking at the bigger picture, especially with Spirit Keeper of the North. It's you're looking up and you're saying, look, I need to look at this as a bigger picture situation. Where do I see myself going? Whom do I see myself with? And you know, with the choices that you're directly making. Some of you have felt, yet again, that you're on the fence to do with it, and it might be you're needing more information before making major decisions. But I do feel that you're having this sense that this brand new chapter is coming. And with this brand new chapter, it's almost this anxiousness, in a sense, or feeling that you're really wanting to, at a foundation level, have all the information at hand. I also sense that there is going to be a lot of communication. So this can be a lot of things coming at you. It can be a lot of information, a lot of psychic downloads. But I also feel with your planning and implementation, it's almost fearful that if you don't directly address some areas of life, that things can fall to pieces. Now, generally speaking, if tower moments occur, we generally can rebuild that direct same situation in a more successful fashion. So that's food for thought, really, on the basis. If you are looking at it from a perspective of some of the power is out of your control, I feel come January, moving into the rest of the month in January, you're really going to be picking up energy of self-esteem. And this year is really going to provide you with that feeling. Some of you also could have emotions, and you do need to be wary of toxicity, you know, what we're consuming, how we're dealing with things, especially with Uranus and Taurus. So if you are feeling nervous and anxious, it's really important to get enough sleep. And again, with Ascension, we do tend to have issues with such. But I do sense that things are going to be coming at you quite a bit. You're going to be extremely busy. Now, I'm also sensing there could be something out of left field that comes, and you might be feeling, again, when these things happen, a lot of times from a psychic point of view, we tend to feel, okay, universe, why is this happening? Why is the store blocked? Is it a punishment? Is it, am I doing something wrong? What is the deal with this? Generally speaking, it can be two things, and it can be that you are going too fast. So rejection is universe's protection. The other can be they want you to see something, which is an easier way to implement a scenario shift, you know, to really tweak it a little bit so that you can get a better outcome. So it's there for a reason. Try to not personalize it at that time. Although a lot of times, like I say on YouTube, you tend to get the traffic light energy. When we're triggered, red, you know, we see red, we're very triggered, we're emotional, and we need to get into the root chakra, which the root chakra is fight and flight. So we're anxious, pause. Go into the yellow. What do we want to get out of this, and what can we gain from this situation? Be it's a negative or a positive scenario shift. And then green, go into the heart chakra of what you wish for that outcome to be, and put your passion into it to deal with that circumstance. But sometimes it does require one to actually get grounded. Now, yes, we are having Mercury retrograde as we move into January, and there can be some opportunities that are opportunities of a lifetime. It isn't the best time to really sign new contracts or to get into the deep of new endeavors. It's better to tidy up, implement, restructure, and really pause until further notice. And that's due to the fact that things can be missing. We will be in Mercury's shadow phase, moving into the beginning of the month. And we're also still in that Venus retrograde energy. So number one is your nutrition and emotions can come through where you are energetically feeling Sometimes you can go to the Band-Aid effect, we call it here at Yildiz Readings, and it's more, okay, what vices do I use to cope with my stresses? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I going to extremities? What is happening? And it's always important to then just pause. What I'm seeing is some of you, this can be a situation that is playing outside of you, and it can directly link to a love interest, a career, or your direct finances. I also see something quite majorly happening around family, and that can be a piece of information that is coming towards you very suddenly. You weren't quite expecting it. I also see that some of you may have to change plans. You really have between the first 2 weeks of January to make plans to travel, and then thereafter it can be quite complicated until the end of February. So really bear that in mind in a transit sense. I'm also psychically seeing that some of you could have some lucky streaks really moving into 2022, and that's really within the first week. And these can be wins, these can be monetary gains, but it also can be monetary losses. It's very a change of fortune. But there could be something also relating to where you want to be, where you want to live. So that really can be coming up. And again, this can be one of those months where we're looking at new ways of doing things, but also what that new vibration of us is. Again, I would suggest haircuts, beauty, anything to that degree, pause. Because with that, what you'll find is it's Venus retrograde. You'll be like, okay, this is my style, and then you'll do a 360 24 hours later, or the way it's actually implemented maybe doesn't come out as well as you'd like. I had a few people already last week that were really saying to me, gee, I went and got my nails done, and it curdled and it wasn't working. Again, it's Venus retrograde. Now, I do feel the sense of certainty. I do feel it's almost like there is this spiritual connection. I do feel there's a lot of hurt and old frequencies coming up. Some of you could feel like you're in a left and right and you need to make that direct decision, but I do feel there's communication coming in. There's a lot of energy brewing up, and it could be a little bit fiery. But again, it's like I'm hearing the term the wrath of the Titans. It's almost like you're going to be really communicating very bluntly. And this can be to do with how things panned out for you, why you feel you need to do something, and where you stand in a situation. So it's funny because the alchemy energy is almost coming through like a firestorm for me, where you can be very direct in your approach towards people. And again, it's funny. It's like this is... from a psychic point of view, when the throat chakra goes, when I'm channeling, you've held it in for too long. So I would recommend, especially during Mercury retrograde, to actually clear the throat chakra and to really get grounded prior to reacting. Again, I do feel you're going to have a revelation of where you have power, alchemy, and what you're going to do with that situation moving forward. I feel the crazy thing is, this person directly has a lot of chemistry with you, but you want so much more. You want the direct foundation. You want a brand new beginning. You want these hopes and dreams to come through. And with your career, it's really feeling quite exciting. It may not look like that as we move into the beginning of the month. But again, all your downloads on where you're going, it is going to come to you. I will see you during the month for the updates as well as the lives. We have Twin Flame Lives. Come join our community. We have a members hub online here at Yildiz Readings, as well as on my website, we are launching a members hub. There is a freebie, and it gives you your astrology updates, the Twin Flame path, and more. And we do have the subscriptions coming in March. Love and light. See you next week. If you haven't clicked the bell and subscribed, I'd love to see you. Come date me, as I say, on YouTube. And for 2022, we have a lot more new content. Romance reads, Twin Flame updates. Yes, we have the Members Hub online, so come through and join us. And giveaways. Very separately, 2 channels being launched, as well as the membership hub on my website. So please click the bell. I'll see you soon, and come and join us for the lives and the super chats. Any questions, DM me.